I pledge no allegiance to the MAGAlomaniacs and their divisive state of America. I'm still in touch with some of the guys that I was friends with when I was in. Turns out most of them, if they're still alive and we're still in touch, never did get to go to war. And they are the ones that seem to be pushing forth the American way more than anybody and ready for a fight to stand up for this nation because they're listening to a bunch of bullshit without fucking looking into it themselves. The problem I have, it's like the small town guy. The one guy I remember, he was there, and he didn't give a shit about anything. None of us did. I'm getting all kinds of aggressive fucking little images and things saying, you know, like about the airborne. There's one that says, it says, when I get there, and it's got a pair of jump wings right there, you know. It says, when I get there, I will arrive violently. And I'm going, will you send me this shit? And so I did. I sent him one back. I said, I don't seem to remember us being so aggressive back then. But what it is, as I see when I went to his hometown to see him over a few times over the many years, he seems to have taken this idea of being a paratrooper back home and making everybody think he's special. The same way this guy Gaylord Mankowski, who was a cop, grew up in Gaylord. He got named after his own hometown. That's a bad start right there. But he'd walk around trying to tell people what to do. And my brother remembers he and his buddies were on the beach and Gaylord came up and he's like a cop wannabe, you know, in training, like a ROTC, some shit. And he's like, hey, you guys can't be in. And they said, get the fuck out of here, Gaylord, you useless prick. And he's like, oh. And he walked away. But when you see him, he puts on this image now that he is a cop, which any of us could do. Like anybody could be a soldier. He takes it like he's the toughest guy in the world. But if you remember, it doesn't follow through. It's just a ruse. And that's what these people, they're taking to their militias. They've never been to a war. And they're upset because, well, I would have and this and that and that. And it's like, you know what? Do you have any idea what it is to go to war? You fucks got out, got your tattoos, got your fucking image in front of people. But we all know who you are. You didn't give a fuck. And your PT scores were always atrocious, these people. But somehow they end up in a goddamn militia somewhere. And I would really like to see a poll of some sort, some kind of survey, some statistics. Tell me how many people in these goddamn militias were actually ever in a war. I mean, who really needs to go through that again, right? But they don't realize what it is that's going on. They want to play a civil war. It's easy to win a battle. It's just like when we went to Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Desert Storm, it was over and we're leaving. I'm like, why didn't we kill the fucker? But they let him live. And then it's not just about, okay, we kicked their ass. The hard part of any war is keeping fucking order afterwards. You have to take care of the people. You have to get their hearts and minds. And if you can't do that, you have people like the Viet Cong coming after you ever after. I mean, nobody's really ever taken Afghanistan, not since fucking Genghis Khan. They keep trying it, but they can't hold it because they don't understand the mindset of the people. They don't understand the honor and the dignity that they hold. It's cultural relativism. You can't hold any of these people to your standards. You can't. Especially if your standards hold them as being in an inferior state. And this is what these people that didn't go to war, that joined the militias, these friends of mine are in, is an inferior state. That's their mindset. They don't get to talk about going to war. They got out because they hated the fucking army. They got out before they ever had a chance to go to war. And then they act like what they would have done. So they have to act tough. And now they're trying to steal the flag. And it's like, what, you know, I saw this on the ground this morning. I put it out there a couple of years ago somewhere. I got it at some veterans thing. It's a little American flag. And sure, it looks like the bomb's bursting in air. I never took fucking band off it because at the time I put it in the ground out there by the frog pond. The flag didn't look so good on us anymore. I didn't want to open it up and get people confused as to where I stand with this. I personally, I had to learn the words in elementary school. I pledge allegiance. I see people talk, I remember pledge allegiance, and I held it. And I'm like, I never held it fucking important at all. Anybody that held it important is a beta. They need somebody to give them direction. I don't need this. I know it's right. I know how to get away with it too. I don't need this. But it made me think of these friends of mine with their American flags and their AR-15s, however you want to put it. I want to wonder, do they remember basic training? When we were in basic, there were games they would play with us. Even if you as a battalion or a company or a platoon didn't really do anything wrong, they'd say, you fucked up. And they would make us walk around sometimes with the guide on, which is the little battalion, company, platoon flag. It's your people's flag. There's a guy in front all the time with a flag fucking waving when you're marching places. They would cover the damn thing so that everybody knew that you were a fuck up. And it made the whole damn place feel stupid. And next thing you know, you might get a pillow party or blanket party, whatever the fuck they called it, with pile in Full Metal Jacket. It's just to make people feel small. And I looked at this flag lying on the ground there in the mud today. And I said, this is for you, man. You fuckers who want this fight so bad, that want to take the flag, want to make anybody of us that have actually fucking stood for it, even though they don't fucking honor it and fucking give loyalty, we still did our part. You want to take it from us? You are an embarrassment. You have no fucking plan, no idea what's going to happen next. You've just lost all patience in wanting your way. You want the flag? Take it. But you walk around with the guide on, fucking wrapped up, because you are an embarrassment and you have not earned this flag. And if there's that big a fight over the flag, remember, there's always the flag of the inaugural party. Look down below. You can buy a shirt. It's the flag of the inaugural party. Fucking MAGAlomaniacs. Don't wave it in the wind. Cover it up, because the wind is embarrassed by you.